Flash here coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you all here today. It's the return of everybody's favorite series on Raid Shadow Legends YouTube. It is building or maxing a team with whichever random champions that we pull from Sacred Shards today. So we have an extra legendary event going on at the time of this recording during a clan vs. clan as well. So I'm going to give Plarium exactly what they want, because the winners of clan vs. clan are really the losers or the winners in Plarium's eyes. And I'm going to rack up my points by pulling some shards irresponsibly and maxing out even the crappy champions that we pull.
I love him.
Welcome again to the video, guys. Let's get right to it here. We have, as I mentioned, an extra legendary event. I have 5 Sacred Shards. I think I might be semi-close to Mercy. I don't exactly recall. That's just the way that Plarium wants it, isn't it? Isn't it? All right, who we got here? Champion number 1 is going to be Sinesha. They just came out with lore, finally, for Sinesha and Coldheart here. I'm writing down the names of the champions on the side because I'm old and I can't even remember 5 champions. Sinesha, we'll review all their kits in depth after I build them all, but Sinesha she's a go. Okay. Legendary number 1 is Lord Champion. Extra champion is going to be Pytheon. Alatreon Blade Master. What's up, man? It's a newbie. It's a newbie. It's one of the Blade Masters, one of the Monster Hunters, man. That is awesome. This is going to be a freaking awesome video, guys. All right. So we got Lord Champ, we got Sinesha, we got Lord Champy, and then we got Alatreon. I like that name, Alatreon. What does he do? AoE, increased defense. Oh, he's the HP-based dude. He's got the cleanse, the block debuffs. Oh, man. Okay, we'll go over the entire kit after. But who's going to be the next one here? Wait, is this my 4th? I'm losing track. Okay, okay, lover. Flyja. Phylja. I really like her, though. I really like her.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
She can smack, too. She's going to be the nuking on our team. Wow, what a team we've got here, guys. All right, can we get another legendary here? Can we get another one? No, we can't. It is a Rockbreaker. Hey, so now we have some control on the team with a Provoke as well. So we got Phylja, we got Alatreon, Lord Champy, Sinesha, and Rockbreaker. Stay tuned. Let me go build all these champions, throw them on a team. I especially am excited about the new guy, Alatreon. Be right back, guys. All right, guys, an hour or 2 later, we are back. We are back, guys. So before I show you all of the builds, I started clan vs. clan. I started this video with no points. I just woke up to start the video. Now, moment of truth. Drum roll, please. I have not looked yet. Is it over or under 150,000, you think? That's what I would set the over on, maybe 160,000. Let's take a look. 185,000 points. Not too shabby. We're still losing. House of Tudor. House of Tudor! Let's go ahead and take a look at how I built these champions. Keep in mind, we're building these champions with the knowledge that we're going to be running them all together, right? So keep that obviously front and center in terms of the decisions that I made on all of these builds. So Lord Champ 4 is the highest base HP on the team with 22,300 HP. For that reason, I put my man in a bolster set, okay? Protected HP shield, 30% HP shield for all allies for 3 turns. Moreover, he's going to get the heals every turn as well by 10%. I also put him in a perception set because we want some accuracy on this guy. When we look at the total stats on Lord Champ 4, that's where I fell a little bit short on the accuracy. 295. It's going to be a decent amount, but nothing too crazy. He's an HP-based champion. We do have 60% crit rate and 107 crit damage. That's not much, but you'll be surprised at the sneaky damage that Lord Champ 4 can get with even these stats. 243 is nice and fast and over 100,000 on the HP for that nice nice beefy shield. We have HP on the banner. We have HP on the amulet. We have HP on the ring. We have HP percentage on the gauntlets. We have HP percentage on the chest. And we have speed on the boots. What does Lord Champ 4 do? He has a decreased defense on his A1. On his A2, it's an AoE with decreased accuracy and decreased attack. Awesome to have that decreased attack for the damage mitigation on this team. And he has a shield and a decreased speed on his passive. Masteries on Lord Champ 4, I went very unorthodox. Definitely not the build that anybody's going for on this dude. But I went with Eagle Eye only because I was so low on that accuracy. And I decided, you know what? Let's go with the HP 6,100 on the banner rather than going down and picking up the 3,000 HP on Elixir of Life. Obviously, you could make somewhat of the same argument with the accuracy banner as well, but I already had the good HP banner ready to go with the speed on it as well. So I went with the pinpoint, or the Eagle Eye, excuse me, for the accuracy. I also have the accuracy masteries on him. This is actually an old mastery build. I went on the offense side of things as well, and I guess I'm just going to keep it, but I think if I was to do it over, I'd probably go with defense because he's really built to be like a tank here, but as I said, he will bring a little bit of damage to the table as well. Here he is, Alatreon Blade Master. I keep thinking Atreyu from Land Before Time, you know, when I think of the name.
All I see is the day in front of us. All I see is the day in front of us.
I like the name, Alatran. He's Spirit Affinity. He's Knight's Revenant, okay, new legendary, so I want to get you guys all acquainted with this dude. The reviews early on are pretty dang good on this guy, right? 4.8, 4.9s, pretty much across the board. I put him in a Guardian set, in Righteous set, okay? You'll note right here, 600 resistance, excuse me. I built him with a lot of resistance, okay? So he's going to be tanky with high resist. Hopefully this works out. Again, Guardian is absorbing 10% of all damage dealt to allied champions with a heal of 10% every turn. So the reason we put him in Guardian is because we don't have a reviver on the team, and I need to make sure that I keep everybody alive, especially in my squishier champions, which we'll get to in a moment, okay? So Guardian gear, hopefully that keeps him alive as well. Righteous to get his speed and his resist up even more. His total stats are going to be 75k and 3,500 on the HP and the defense. Now, in a perfect world, I'd love to have this over 90k and over 4,000 on the defense, but we can't have all this resist and have all that HP and defense as well. Moreover, the speed, so I have him pretty fast at 242, and I have him very, very high resist. Hopefully, that HP and defense will be enough to make him not die from the Guardian set, right? But I felt like it was important to get a Guardian set on this team. We have resist on the banner. We have HP on the amulet. We have HP on the ring as well. We do have defense percentage on the boots on this dude. So we're able to get him that fast with defense percentage on the boots. I did that because I needed him to, even though defense percentage is not mitigated by the Guardian set, the rest of the damage is. So I wanted to have a little bit of defense, and it scales pretty well on this champion as well. I think I would go with HP percentage on the boots if I had it. Didn't have any HP percentage Guardian boots, so I went with defense, okay? I went with resistance on the chest, and then the HP percentage on the gauntlets. Again, if there's any stat I'm a little unhappy with on this build, it's going to be the overall HP. Okay, for skills, what does this dude do? Well, on the A1, attacks one enemy, has a 55% chance of increasing the duration of 2 random buffs on all allies by 1 turn. This is an exceptionally good A1 ability. Extending the duration of 2 random buffs on all allies off of his A1 ability. On the A2, we have Reaping Slash, an AoE attack on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. He's attacking all enemies, increased defense, and a shield on all allies. The shield is 30% of this champion's max HP. If the target's a boss, these buffs are protected. I really love that protection added on. Without the protection, it's a good ability, not a great ability, right? On the Cleanser Booster, this is what really elevates his kit to me to being a 4.8, 4.9 champion. It's a cleanse with a block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns, and then kind of like a Pythion, minus the heal. But if the boss is present in the current round, the buff is protected. So now we're talking a potential against bosses, protected block debuffs, protected increased defense, protected shield as well. And then on the passive, Alatreon Divinity fills this champion's turn meter by 5% each time a debuff is placed on them. We won't benefit a lot from that because we have high resist, but we heal this champion by 5% of max HP whenever a debuff placed on them is expired or removed. We have the high resist because I love putting high resist on my cleansers and my block debuffs champions, right? And he has them both in the same ability. The same reason I love building Pythion with high resist. That way he's going to resist the stuns, the fears, the whatever that provokes, and instead he's going to cleanse everybody else, right? Kind of like a Mithrala type vibe, minus the block debuffs on Mithrala. For masteries on him, we went pretty much all out tankage. We went all the way down here. We picked up Unshakable. I did want to make sure we picked up Shield Bearer. He has no accuracy need on his kit, which is nice. Increased the value of shields the champion cast by 5%. Same thing with Healing Savior, it affects shields. Same thing with Merciful Aid, it affects shields. Most importantly, I really want to get the extension on the duration of those buffs that he brings to the table because they might be protected. So even more valuable to get those lasting gifts procs on this champion. Also picked up Shadow Heal, getting more heals to keep him alive with that extra damage that he's taking, and Rejuvenation, increase the value of the shield and heals that he gets even from his Guardian set. So I love those two masteries on this champion. Last note here on the masteries, Retribution and Deterrence. I want him to counterattack because I want him to extend the duration of 2 random buffs on all allies off of that A1. So counterattacking off of Deterrence and Retribution are going to be an important part of getting the most utility out of this champion. All right, those are the masteries. Let's keep it moving here. Flash is going to be more of a basic build. Instead of going with Savage or with Lethal on my nuker, she's going to be the main nuker on my team. I went with Triple Cruel. Because honestly, I really wanted the 45% attack, right? She's an epic champion. I sometimes do this on epics. Their attack can be fairly low. 1310 isn't sky high for an attack-based nuker, right? So to help scale that up, we went with Triple Cruel. We still get 15% ignore defense plus Helm Smasher, right? So we still have nice built-in ignore defense, but we get all that juicy attack. I think that in PvE, sometimes, oftentimes, especially for epics, I think that's the way to go. I guess you can make the case on legendaries too because it scales even better, right? So just a note, I think that Triple Cruel is underused in the game.
I wonder why.
Especially outside the arena, even inside sometimes. I went attack on the banner, I went crit damage on the amulet, I went attack on the ring, crit damage on the gauntlets, attack percentage on the chest, and speed on the boots, okay? She's pretty squishy. The cool thing about Phylja is that her defense is over 1,000. Not too bad, right, for an attack-based epic. So I was able to get her defense up to a respectable-ish 2,300, 38k. She's my squishiest champion on the team. She's nice and fast. She hits like a truck. She has some accuracy as well, which is necessary because she has a chance at fully depleting the target's turn meter on the Crushing Eternity A2 ability. And then she has this nice Righteous Evocation on her A3 where she's healing herself, which is great, right? Because again, she's the squishiest on the team, so we love that she's healing herself if the damage is critical. So that's going to be beautiful. If this champion has 2 or fewer buffs at the start of the turn, we place increased attack, increased crit damage. Hopefully she'll only have a bolster, a shield. That's it, right? So we'll get those benefits as well. I have Crushing Rend as a blessing and masteries. I have her in arena build, but obviously it's going to help us everywhere, right, as well. We have her with Ruthless Ambush, with Opportunist. We came down, we picked up Helm Smasher and Bring It Down. Basically the, the usual candidates here. And then I have some accuracy on the support tree as well. All right, Rockbreaker. Rockbreaker. We have him. I had Rockbreaker already built for a Cursed City floor, so I didn't have to build Rockbreaker. He's the only champion I didn't have to do anything with at all, right, for this video. I kept him in what I had him in. I was happy with it. A one turn, I should say, Stone Skin, 4-piece, right? Perception and just a random protection piece on there as well. You can see the protection is actually coming, or take that back. Yeah, the protection is coming from the amulet. We have HP on the ring. We have HP on the amulet. amulet. We have accuracy on the banner. Keep in mind, he needs to land his provokes to be effective to bring his utility to the team. We have defense percentage on the gauntlets. We have HP percentage on the chest. Just a nice mix of HP and defense, and speed on the boots. His total fast are going to be, the little fella's pretty fast considering he has a base speed of 91. Not too bad there at all. Let me push myself over a little bit. And then we have 59K, 4,500 most importantly on the defense, okay? 352 on the accuracy. Could be a little bit higher, but I think that should be good. Indomitable Spirit on the mastery. You know what? I forget what Commanding Presence gives. It gives HP. I think I want a Commanding Presence on this team instead to strengthen my team's aura. So I'm going to go with Commanding Presence as a blessing on the masteries. We went down. We actually just picked up War Master for a little bit extra boss damage from Rockbreaker, right? We also have Retribution and Deterrence because his A1 increases champion's defense by 4% each time this skill is used, up to 20%. That's really, really valuable. Of course, he has the AoE Provoke and a counterattack to help get even more A1s on his A2 ability. Lastly, has a 50% chance of decreasing the damage inflicted on this champion by 50% every time he is attacked. Sinesha. We have Sinesha. She's going to be my main healer of the team, right? She is one of the best heals inside the entire game in Immortality. Equalize the HP of all levels, brought up to the highest ally, then heals that target ally by 10% of their max HP. This ability is absolutely insane. There's a few of them like it in the game, excuse me, and it's one of the best parts about Sinesha's kit. Most people think of the AoE on the A1, and that's all they think of on Sinesha, but she's so much more. She's one of the best epic healers in the game as well, along with like maybe an Erector Drath in the same affinity as her, along with like a Woad Painted or something like that, you know? Anyway, I love her. She can also put a target skills on cooldown with a heal on the ally with lowest HP on the A2. I put her in a stun set, guys. She has an AoE on the A1. We need a little bit extra control. Just one provoke, in my estimation, is not going to be enough in all situations. So I love having a stun set here on the team as well. So we have a stun set with Fearsome Presence. I'll show you the masteries in a moment. 103 on the crit rate, 137 on the crit damage. I did put crit rate on the gauntlets. I think I can get by with it. She's an attack-based champion, so we put a little bit of attack as well. It doesn't scale very well, so we put an attack ring on her, okay, to get it up a little bit. So 2,100. She's not going to be our main damage dealer, but she might be number 2 or number 3, along with Lord Champford after Flaja. So 55K, 3,800, that's going to be plenty on the survivability. We built her really fast too at 262 speed. We have, as I mentioned, Fearsome Presence. That will bring our stun chance from an 18 to a 23% chance to land from the stun set. And then we have just support tree. We ended up with Spirit Haste as well. Hopefully we don't need it. And of course, Retribution and Deterrence, again, for more counterattacks. You guys know I love Shadow Heal. You know, it's just sneaky to keep all your champions nice and topped off throughout the duration of the battle. So those are the builds, guys. Let's go ahead. Oh, I didn't even show you what I had on Sinesha. My bad, really quickly. These videos are tough because just going over the champions takes like 20 minutes, right? We have, as I mentioned, attack on the ring. We have crit damage on the amulet. We have defense on the banner. We have speed on the boots. We have HP percentage on the chest. And we have crit rate, as I mentioned, on the gauntlets, okay? Whew. That's everything. Dude, this is absolutely, without a doubt, the best team I have ever had, including the mythical team. I mean, it has to be. It's so well balanced, right? Let's just start out in Minnow. Just take a look at the squad, right? So I have speed in dungeons by 30% on Alatreon. It's a great little dungeon aura, obviously. And then, well, the rest of the squad. So let's go ahead and go in here and see what happens on our first dungeon of the video. So you can see that was Alatreon going in there with his AoE. Flies is just like, yeah, melt everybody, melt, as she takes care of that entire wave. We have Lord Champfort over there. We have Rockbreaker landing his provokes. Look at that, increased buff duration. I mean, they only have 2 or 3 buffs, except for Flaja, on the team anyway. Getting that buff extension on that A1 is a sneaky little add to the kit, which I absolutely love on Alatreon. So here we go. We go against the Minnow himself. We look at this. We're going against a boss. We now have protected block debuffs. And then we're going to have our protected increased defense. I'd love to try this dude on Hydra Clan boss, because even though the team's not gonna, do well, maybe, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll have a full guide on him. Look at the protected shield, protected increased defense. That's really strong. My man's rocking like a permanent protection 9-piece set. Not really, but you get the point, right? He's got some of that utility just built in against all boss situations. That's really strong, really strong. Really like this champion. I like, I like how in a game with thousands of champions, or what feels like it, hundreds, 1,000. Are we 1,000 yet?
Almost.
That they're able to still come out with new champions that do like unique stuff, right? So as we predicted, look at Lord Chamfort, man. Flyja just coming out with swinging, 662,000 damage. Lord Chamfort with 249 coming in second place, followed by Sinesha. Obviously, as we said, Sinesha is going to be the main healer on the team as well. Really solid, really solid start. Let's go ahead and try out against like I don't know, let's go Dragon. Let's go against a void stage of Dragon. Let's start out Dragon normal, stage 23. You think we can do it, guys? Let's see what we got here against stage 23. So the big question again is, oh, look at this. The HP by 50% in dungeons. I forgot that Lord Chamfort has that massive HP, dude. I think I'm gonna go with Lord Chamfort. Normally, I would like 99.9% of times, I would go speed, right? But golly, 50% auras are bonkers. They really are. Okay, so we're going in there. Lord Chamfort easily lands all of his debuffs. We go in with a provoke as well. And it's gonna take, the one thing we're missing on this team, right? I said how well balanced it is decreased defense, right? Weaken on an AoE, of course. We can land a single target there. So let's just see how we do. Good thing is even though we don't have a ton of DPS here, we do have good old Flyja, and she's amazing. She's really one of my favorite, like, underrated nukers in the entire game, especially epics. Naragru, is that how you say his name? Nagorio? And then Durandal, Flyja,
Philia.
Those are probably my 3 most underrated epic nukers in the game. Sorry for butchering every name that comes out of my mouth, guys. But if you're a avid viewer of the channel here, you're used to it, aren't you? While we go through these 2 waves that look like they're going to be absolutely no big deal whatsoever to this team, I do want to go ahead and pull up the multipliers and the ratings on hellhades.com for you guys, just so you're more acquainted with these champions. So we have, you can barely see it there, but it's a 4.5 overall rating on Alatreon, which is really, really good. 4.5 in Clan Boss, 5 in Hydra, Shogun 4, Dragon 4.5, Dragon Hard 4.5, Arena 3.5, Nether Spider 5, Scarab King 5, Frost Spider 5. Obviously, against bosses, he's amazing. Multipliers are not big. Obviously, he's a support champion, 2.2 on the AoE and a 0.2 on the A1. Are we at the Dragon yet? No, we're not even close. Let's keep it going. Lord Chamfort, another HP-based champion, as we mentioned. They give him a, what do they give him for overall 4 grade? I can get down with that. I agree with that rating. I like Lord Chamfort. He's really good in the Iron Twins. He's got a 5. He's got the shield, the decreased speed. Fantastic. Hydra 4.5. Ice Golem 5. Ice Golem Hard 4. Easy to keep alive. Important debuffs, especially on the guards. Decreased accuracy. Eternal Dragon's a 5. Scarab King's a 5 on this dude as well. His multipliers are similar. Nothing too crazy. 0.23 on the HP. 0.2. 0.3 is on the AoE on his A2 ability. So overall, Lord Chamfort, I'm a big fan. Keep in mind his HP is higher than Alatreon, so it scales a little bit higher in terms of a bit more damage from this champion as well. Flyja, before we get to the Dragon here, guys, she has an overall rating of 3.5. I would go 4. I am an unabashedly massive fan. Keep in mind, she has the full turn meter depletion as well. We're at the Dragon. Her multipliers on her A1 is a whopping 6.5 multiplier on Flyja's A1, okay? Granted, her base attack is 1310, I think, but still, that's a big freaking, I'm sorry, that's her that's her A2, okay? I was like, dude, look at all these, I love looking at those protected buffs. There's just something really sexy about all those protected buffs, isn't there, guys? 6.5 is on her A2. That's the full turn meter depletion too. A 1.7 on her A1, but it is a 2-time hitter. And then a 3.5 on her AoE on the A3. Highest ratings are Spider, Dark Fae, Scarab King, Arena 3.5. Again, I'm a little bit higher than they are on hellhades.com, but I said that going into the video. On Sinesha, they give her a 3.5 overall rating. Again, I hate to be overly high on all these champions, but I would give Sinesha a bit higher. She's underrated as a healer. She's a great blender comp. She's just, well, not underrated is not the proper word talking about her as a healer. She's incredible on her A2 and her A3, obviously, which we spoke about. And then she's great for control with that A1. She's pretty tanky. She's got a lockout ability on the A2. I'm higher than a 3.5. I give her a 4 at least, personally. Dreadhorn, they give her a 4.5. They give her a 4.5 on Spider. They give her a 3 in the arena. Again, that's probably where we disagree a little bit. Obviously, depends on what type of team you're using her. Ice Golem, a 4.5 on Sinesha as well. Her multipliers are a 6.9 on the A2, a 6.9, and a 3 on the A1. That's the AoE, okay? So, again, a 3 attack AoE on the A1, a 6.9 on the A2 single target. Keep in mind, though, her attack is very low in the 800s. Rockbreaker, they give an overall grading of 3. Oh, man. I don't know. Man, am I such a hater today that I'm disagreeing with every single rating possible here? But something about Rockbreaker, guys, I love the little fella. He helped me through Dwarf Faction Wars, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but think about it, guys. This little dude is a tanky dwarf with 100% provoke with the counterattack on himself on a 3-turn cooldown. I can only think off the top of my head of one other provoker epic that I would put as high as him. There's got to be more, but I'm thinking of Skaramis, actually the high elf, right? But he's a great, and he has that damage blocker. Man, this Dragon 23, easy with this random ass team that we just put together, right? But yeah, Rockbreaker, I actually give him a 4, man. But again, he's one of my faves. The little fella's one of my faves, so maybe I'm wrong. You let me know if I'm too high on any of these champions. But again, we weren't in danger of anybody dying even for a second on this squad, guys. Not even for a second, man. I feel like this team, let's see. We won't be able to beat Fire Knight, unfortunately, because we just don't have the hits to get that shield down, right? But I feel like we could easily handle higher stages of whatchamacallit to Ice Golem, right? Rockbreaker 1.2 million, Flaja 2.8 million, Chamfor 896. Look at Rockbreaker, man. Just with the Relentless procs, and then Sinesha with the AoE on the A1. So everybody lending a hand here. Sinesha putting out 642,000 in heals. Keep in mind the heals on Chamfor and on Blade Master are coming from the sets. They have the 10% heal every turn. Sinesha is just helping out the entire team. And to be fair, this team, survivability was amazing, right? I'm going to give you a little bit of arena here, and then I'm just to YOLO it, I'm going to run them all in a clan boss team together. Why not? Why not, right? Just to see what they do. I'm just going to put it on auto and instantly run it just for the heck of it. What am I doing? Why am I going? Okay. Here we go. Recently used. So who do we want to go with in the arena here, guys? We can't use either of those 2 girthy dungeon auras. Do we have any aura that we can use? No. Yes. Rockbreaker's like, I got you, man. I got you.
I got nothing.
It's tough because I actually want to use all of these champions. I'm going to leave out the new guy first, right? Because we really want Sinesha on the team. The thing is can we survive a go first team with this squad? We have the 1-turn stone skin, which is nice there, right? So we can put somebody. You know what we're going to have to do here, guys? We're going to have to try to put. We're going to either try to. I'm damned if I do either way, because if I put the skills on cooldown of a Trunda, for example, Candyman's going to smack me. Although I could try Trunda and see if Candy goes with the self-buffing, but I'm just going to go with the A1 and try to stun him. And of course, I don't stun anybody. Awesome. Awesome, Ash. Okay, we go in there, we do land those debuffs. Let's go ahead and provoke everybody. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at this little team. Now, see that Ironhide passive? That's Rockbreaker, the little engine that could there, Rockbreaker. We can't see his face. We don't know anything about this dwarf. All I know is I freaking love him. He's increasing his defense. He's already got a defense. I don't even need the heal right now. So I'm going to go in another A1 with Sinesha. Doing a little bit of damage too. Nice, right? Let's go in and just keep whacking away at Arbiter here, right? Man, the little dwarf, he packs a little punch to his hammers, does he not, guys? All right, Flaja, finally, baby. Kill him. Okay, not bad, not bad. Does she have decreased attack when she went in with that? I'm not sure. But Rockbreaker's like, step aside, everybody. I've got this. We're going to go with a heal there just in case. Going to take down Trunda, sure. We're going to go ahead and get that turn meter down in one shot, nice and easy, Madame Seri. And then this is going to be toast. Boom. All right, guys. All right. I like my little squad here. I don't know about you guys. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Let's go against this team. A Sun Wukong, a Mishinaki. And who do they have in the lead? Arbiter lead, a UDK team. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. I was watching one of Hell Hades Gaming Network's videos, SAF video, and he's talking about how much oh, look at those 2 stuns off Sinesh's A1. That's going to be helpful. He was talking about how much he hates UDK and what he's done to the arena meta. How do you guys feel about that? Where do you stand on that? I can totally see his point 100% personally. But for whatever reason, I don't really hate him. I don't even know why. I don't even know why. I imagine the majority of you guys are going to agree with him. Because that's what I think I hear from you guys for the most part. You know what? Let's, well, we're going to kill her no matter what. So let's just go with the A1 there. And go A1 there. Oh, okay. Ooh, I did go A1, but thank God she had the double hitter. I totally forgot. Is this a double hitter too? Just single hitter, unfortunately, for... Okay, I think we lost a Sinesha there, so we lost our healer, but I still think we're looking mighty fine here. Let's just go and pop off Sun Wu and Mishinaki. All right, let's swip out. Let's switch out. Swip out, Ash? Let's go against, I don't know, this team. I'm trying to pick like tanky teams. Go first teams, a nice assortment of squads here. I don't even have a preset, Ash. Let's take Sinesha out. And then let's make it a little bit tankier, right? Now, we won't get the protected buffs in this situation, so keep that in mind, guys. All right, go in there with the AoE. Okay, so he's got the... we don't need the shield right away. But we also don't need the block debuffs. So I guess we go in with the A2, get the increased defense up at least, and provoke everybody, right? Dude, this team is, like, pretty legit, no? They're very tanky, which I love. I don't have to worry at all about not having a reviver if nobody dies. We got shield on shield on shield. We got increased defense. We got provokes from Rockbreaker. Is Rockbreaker growing on any of you guys? He's a nice little dude. Look at that. Increased buff duration. Look at, now we're rocking 2 turns on counterattack. Beautiful. Let's, well, we have no choice but to go for UDK, even though we want to go for Hefrak. UDK almost dead. Now we can counterattack a little bit. We're going to deal with a dead UDK, which means, Hefrak, we're not scared of you, man. We're not scared of you. We got the best team in the history of the series, baby. All right. We have that never-ending shield because of the buff increase duration. We don't need the block debuffs. Let's go in again with that A2. And hopefully we can keep getting those A1s, maybe a couple counterattacks in, and extend buff durations even more, right? Oh, man, I really love this. Okay, let's go ahead and cleanse those block buffs. Get a block debuffs up on there instead. Let's do an AoE here again. Take down the reviver. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and provoke everybody again. We're landing that provoke pretty nicely with not a ton of accuracy. What, around 350, 400 when you include masteries on Rockbreaker? I think you guys get the point here. I could do this all day, but again, on the Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guide channel, we will have a more robust guide on all of these champions featured in today's video. So again, let's go ahead and reduce turn meter, not that we need to. Let's A1, increase buff duration on everybody again. Fantastic. We don't even need the A2, do we? Probably better off going A1 against Deliana. All right, guys. So overall, color me impressed, man. This team is getting the job done for yours truly, man. Let's just go ahead and run run a quick Demon Lord squad. I've been dying to burn a key. I don't think I've done my nightmare for the day yet. So let's just put this team in and just see what happens. I'm imagining it's going to be not even a 1 key. How much damage? It's been like forever since I've even looked at this stuff. How much damage do you need? 39 mil. Yeah, and that's not going to happen. Can we shoot for 13 to 26 in that range? Let's see. Okay. It's the nice thing is I don't have to wait for it to be done. I can just do it. Let's go. So now we really don't have an aura, which is a bummer. So whatever. Here we go. Quick battle. 20 million? 10? 8? 13. All right. Champ Fort with 2 million, Fleischer with 6, and Rockbreaker with 3, Sinesha. Definitely not your #1 clan boss team ever, but fun to do the run nonetheless, guys. I've really enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys did as well. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. I appreciate you, and as always, take care, guys.